cool is this shot? There you go, done deal. Finally tore down. Took forever. Supposed to be done a couple of weeks ago. Cylinders don't look too bad. They do have a little small lip here. I hope that we can get this block board out. Doesn't look like it's been machined before. So I'm gonna clean it up and take it to the machine shop, see what they say. But I'm just glad it's tore down. Hopefully they can bore it out, be good to go. Fixing to load her up.
Valves, they're pretty much pitted, pretty bad shape. They get brittle. You don't want to cut this because you're going to run it.
Yeah.
You can get a kit like that with the springs, everything, seals, everything you need, and that's the best way to go. See, look at this, the freeze plug.
Oh, okay.
All that rust was in there, but the heads are good. They're not cracked or nothing. Come here, I'll go show you. See how clean they are? We blast them, get the rust off of them.
Yeah, it looks really good.
See, here's what I'm talking about. Steel right there. There's not a lot of room to bore seats in. You got to be careful with the casket.
Okay.
You can bore them out. Sometimes you can just cut them for seats, put the valves in them, run good gas, and do that. Or you can't put the seats in them, but it's just thin there. You got to be really careful because there's no meat. You don't want no problems, you know.
Yeah.
See, they look good. So, it's being as old as they are. Considering you got a good price on this motor.
Yeah.
That don't happen all the time.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're still reusables.
Yeah.
Just so I just need the kit, pretty much valve springs and valves and seats.
I'm gonna give you the valves, one of each, so you can match it up and the spring. Remember, we'll leave the tops here. That way you can get an idea. Say, hey, this looks the same. I think we're good. What you're dealing with a Mopar place, they know their stuff. They should.
Yeah, for sure.
But this way I'll give you 1 and 1 in that, in a baggie. Then you know when it comes in, you can match it up and say, hey, this don't look right or it does. Because no matter if they know this stuff, sometimes there's so many different applications. You might get a smaller one, a bigger one. Always check, no matter if it's a brand new product. Just
Okay.
make sure everything looks right.
Okay, will do.
Let's get
What is that supposed to measure?
Oh, that's just, it's like, this measure it right on the zero, right on point. You gotta set it just a little bit more on the top.
So there's the finished block back from the machine shop. You can see how nice it looks. Way different than when I took it. See all those nice cross hatches. Cylinders are bored 30 over. So a lot cleaner, ready to go. So yeah, I'm gonna wash it up once it's ready to build. They did grind the surface just a little to even it out, so I won't run into any problems later on down the road. You see right there, date code, April 10th of 68. One day before my birthday is 4/9. Obviously, it was way before my actual birth date, but that's a little time clock there. That's pretty cool, huh? I believe that's the time when this casting was done. Still learning all this, so comment below and let me know, you know, what other facts these numbers are saying. But love how much nicer it looks. It's gonna look even better when I paint it. Alright, so that right there is the block number, and these are the 440 blocks that correct me if I'm wrong, I think they were built from 66 to 79. So that's one of the numbers there to identify the 440 block. Enough to press the cam bearings in there, so I don't have to do that anymore. So that'll make my life easier. But overall, I'm glad that the block, we were able to save it. I'm glad that I did not spend all that money for nothing. So far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with some of this Cosmoline, because the plans right now are not to start to build. Preferably, I'm hoping that I have all the parts then, but probably the build won't be till end of 2019 or later 2019. Not quite sure yet, but so I'm gonna have to spray some of this Cosmoline so it doesn't rust while it sits for a while. Still trying to get all the basically what I'm going to run. I know a stroker kit obviously now I'm running, but as far as all the other details to dress out the engine, I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm still doing research on that. There's the bottom side. Pretty cool, huh? One thing that I can say is that super excited to get this engine in this car. It's gonna run way better, way more power, and I'm excited about it. We'll see how long it takes. Hopefully it don't take too long, but once it's in there, it's gonna sound good, that's for sure. At least I'm hoping. We'll see. The crank, it's already has Cosmoline on it so it doesn't rust, and so there's not much to see, but it didn't have any cracks or anything. And 68-year model, they're still 4s, so they're worth a little more. Here are the heads. Man, that car looking sweet. But here are the heads. Bottom side, it's looking way better than what they did. And if you see that number there, it's the 906. There's also a 915 heads. I believe that the 906 heads were introduced in 1968. 915 heads were 67. So the difference is the open chamber compared to the 915s. The 915s have a solid closed chamber here, like so. So if you take a look, you can see the difference between the 915 and the 906. So from my research, I've seen that the 915 heads with the closed chamber actually give you higher compression, but these have better airflow. But when I was reading, people preferred the closed chamber, the 915 heads, for more compression, obviously. But I have decided that I'm most likely gonna sell this and the crank, because I am going with a 512 stroker kit. I'm about to show you the pistons here in a little bit. The reason I decided to do that is because by the time I get the valves in there and you know, the price to install them, which I can install them myself. But basically, it was pretty couple hundred away of me just getting the aluminum heads from 440source.com. The stealth heads is what I'm going with, and they're a lot lighter. And since this build is going to be a slower build, I want to get the exact parts that I want for this engine. So not that these are bad heads, a lot of guys go back with them. It's just I might as well go on and replace them because they have better airflow already, the aluminum heads do. So, you know, I want to go ahead and do that upgrade already while I'm installing it. Like I said, if I was rushing this build, there was no problem going back with these. They're not cracked or anything. They're good heads. So I'm gonna sell them, try to get some money back there. But that's the differences between the heads. Do your research as far as what all you want to do. It all depends on budget. And if I was, like I said, to do it all at once, I would go back with this and the crank. But crank will have to be balanced. Everything with short block, everything will have to be balanced. And just not something I want to deal with, especially with the slower build. You seen the valves earlier in the video, but these are pretty much toast. But y'all seen the condition of the engine was pretty bad anyways when I got it. So what I learned through this experience was that go for a later model 440 block, like maybe out of a motorhome. You know, motorhomes usually are lower miles, they don't get driven as much. If y'all didn't see my prior videos, I got this engine off a 68 Chrysler 300, and it's a family car, you know, 4-door. So you could tell that they drove it a lot. They drove it a lot of miles. So I'm glad that we're able to go 30 over. So this block still has some meat to get cut if I were to rebuild it again, which is good. But maybe I did have to sleeve 2 cylinders. That means that they're gouged pretty bad, so they installed 2 sleeves in there and surfaced this, so you can't tell where the sleeves are at, not unless you're, you know, looking real close. But if you see that right there, that one's been sleeved, and basically it's a good repair. It still looks pretty good. But yeah, I can't see the other sleeve. Maybe one was sleeved after, but they did tell me that 2 might need it. I'm guessing after all I only needed 1, which is right there, which is not bad. We've done repairs on with sleeve blocks before. And this is personal preference. If you have a matching numbers block and that's all you can do, why not save it, right? But I have no problem with sleeving. I have had no issues with it before. So, but basically, if you go with a higher year model, you wouldn't have to run into that problem. You know, maybe because they're lower miles, you'll get a better conditioned engine. So, something to keep in mind if you want to do a stroker kit like I am. All you're looking for is the block, and you just want a good block, you know. So 440 Source does a good job of explaining what block, what year, what casting to get. And I read it pretty quickly, but for what I gathered is they prefer the later models because I believe they're beefed up a little more on the sides, and they're just better blocks. Now, like I said, I'm still learning. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I was reading. But you can't go wrong with any 440 block. It's just, you know, you might even get a better deal with a motorhome block because all you're wanting is the block itself. So tear that engine down, sell everything else, get some of that money back. And I'll tell you how much money back I'll get once I sell the heads and crank. But yeah, so I'm glad the heads were good, crank was good, block was good. The most important parts were good. And don't forget, I still have the 727 transmission that I bought as well. So I am gonna get some money back on all that once I sell it. haven't decided what I'm gonna price it to yet, but I'll definitely let y'all know once I sell. So I was thinking of building them myself and then selling them, but I want to see how much money they get just like that, and whoever wants is going to use them, they can put whatever valves they want on there. But that's what we're going to do with that. So the pistons are from 440source.com, and they are off the 512 stroker kit. So see that they're pretty nice design. I did take one of these out already and take to the machine shop. They wanted the piston to make sure that they cut it to these pistons, that they cut the block to these pistons. So you know, perfect fit now. They are uniform now to those cylinders, so I shouldn't have a problem with them seizing up or anything. But you can tell how nice and fancy and good quality these pistons are from 440source.com. Now I did want to get the whole stroker kit, and it's just $2,200, so I just got the pistons, and it might be a little pricier in the long run, but I'm gonna get this and then the rest of the stroker kit later on. Just not trying to spend that much money right now. So this is the cam I'm going with, cams. I'll show you a little bit on the website, explain to you a little bit, but it is a roller cam. It's not, I'm going away from a hydraulic flat tappet, and these are more expensive, but in the long run I'll gain a little bit more horsepower, and I believe it'll sound better, but we'll see. And there it is. Nice and shiny. And I did also take this to the machine shop as well, so they can fit it, make sure my cam bearings are correct and the cam is not in a bind or anything. But there it is right there. It's pretty nice, good quality. Obviously Calm Cams is a good brand. Pretty excited about this. I'm pretty excited about hearing it run and see how it sounds. So there's the cam. You've seen the pistons. You've seen the heads, that 906 heads that will go for sale. And my crankshaft is a forged 68 crankshaft. And you also seen the block, 440 block. So the main components are here. Well, most of them still need my stroker kit, obviously, but one step closer to where we were. All right, so go to 440source.com. That's the home page, and you see all the stroker kits and all the categories there. So these are the head categories. The first one that pops up, stealth heads. These are the heads that I'm planning to go with, and it gives you all the description there, but it can go up to 650, 700 horsepower plus aluminum heads. So pretty excited about those. All right, to check out the cams now, go to the cams and valve train section, and camshafts is the very first one, and it'll give you a lot of different selections. Right here is the flat tappet. You see how it's way cheaper. You have different selections. You can call them and they'll tell you, you know, what's best for whatever project you're doing. But this right here is the roller cam. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with the 145/17/13 right there. And you see the price did it go up. I got it for about $40 cheaper. So this right here, it gives you all the descriptions there, but I called them and this is what they suggested for me. So that's what I'm going with. All right, so if you notice there, I am going to have to get knee springs and retainers to replace the ones that the stealth has come with, because this cam does require different springs and retainers. 440 Source does install them for you if you want, with an extra charge. I believe it's like $75, but All the information is here, guys. So just go and check it out. I want to thank y'all very much for watching this channel. It's actually been a whole year now, 300 subscribers later. Thank you very much for each and every one of y'all for watching. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you can get notifications as to when the videos will come out. But let me know in the comments below what you think about it and what you want to see. And thank you very much. Merry Christmas and God bless you.